In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Stacker's multiple permission rules to be able to achieve more using our permission system. This is great if what you want to do is let users see and edit their own profile, but also be able to see some of other people's profiles. Let's take a look. So here we've got it set up so that the staff can log into Stacker, and because we've chosen that as our user table, we've automatically created the permissions so that users can only access their own record. So they can update their own record and they can't see or update anyone else's. That means that when we log in as one of these users, they can see their own profile. So if we log in as Eduardo, Eduardo will be able to see his own profile. He can log in, he can edit these fields, including some sensitive fields just for him, but he can't right now see anyone else's profile. And that means that this is not useful as it is as a staff directory. So let's look at how we can use the permission system to change that. So we'll go to staff permissions. And right now we've got this single permission rule, which allows him to see and edit his own profile. We're going to add another rule which will allow him to see and not edit other people's profiles. But before we do that, let's rename this rule just to remind us what this one does. So this allows us to see and edit my own profile. Great. So now we've got that cleared up, let's add a new rule which allows them to see other people's profiles. So this comes in as a blank rule to start with. They can access all records, and that is exactly what we want. So we've still got the original rule, which allows you to access only your own. So for this one, we do want access to all records. We again don't want them to be creating, and we also don't want them to be updating other people's profiles. Now we will not turn all fields on. Let's just look at which fields we want them to be able to see from other people's records. So we'll let them see the name, the position, the photo, the email, and the phone. We'll keep the details of which projects and which events they're attending private. And critically, we'll keep these super private things like social security also locked down. But we will allow department. So now we've got these two different rules. This one which allows us to see other people's profiles. So this applies to all records, but doesn't grant update and doesn't grant all of these fields. We've also got another rule which allows you to see and edit your own profile. And this matches only for the current user and does give the ability to edit. And we've got all the fields available specifically on that user. So let's log in as Eduardo again and see how that looks from his perspective. So now when we log in as Eduardo, we can see his record, but we can also see everyone else's. Let's just confirm that when we click into Eduardo, we can still see all this data, we can still hit edit, and we can still edit the relevant fields. But now when we go to someone else's profile, like Garnet, the edit button's gone, and we can't see the private information like social security details. By doing this, you can allow people to create their own profile and see other people's without having to give everyone access to edit everyone's profile. This is great if you're creating a community or a company directory.